Chapter 710, The Seventh Change in the Fish-Dragon Realm. This chapter is updated by Novels.pl. A half-saint's light was pure energy. If absorbed into the meridians, it would automatically turn into holy chi. By running exercises, Zhang Yuoquan's blood, bones, and internal organs absorbed the half-saint's light simultaneously, which in turn continually condensed and strengthened his physical power. Suddenly, a special light surged into Zhang Yuoquan's brain and turned into a large amount of memory and knowledge. Like a huge tidal wave, Zhang Yuoquan felt his brain get flooded and almost swallowed by the surge of knowledge and memory. This is Qi Hong's memory and knowledge. Zhang Yuoquan's face brightened. Whenever a half-saint dies, the memory in his divine soul would usually dissipate within an extremely short period of time. The reason Qi Hong's memory appeared in Zhang Yuoquan's mind was that Zhang Yuoquan had taken away Qi Hong's half-saint's light as soon as he passed away. He was thus able to retain Qi Hong's memory and knowledge. It was impossible for other monks to gain the knowledge and memory of half-saints even if they were to refine their half-saint's light. However, this was not the case for Zhang Yuoquan because he had practiced the scripture of Emperor Ming's Empyrean and managed to open Vessel of Spirit, which was one of the 36 meridians. It was precisely because Zhang Yuoquan had the Vessel of Spirit that Qi Hong's knowledge and memory could pass through to the Vessel of Spirit and enter his mind when he refined the half-saint's light. There were very few warriors who could open the Vessel of Spirit. Even Zhang Yuoquan in his previous life had not succeeded in doing that. Having lived for over 100 years, Qi Hong had many valuable memories. His knowledge was very precious. Among them, there were his perceptions regarding his practices and cultivation as well as his understanding of the Holy Road and the Tao of the Sword. A large part of this memory was not very useful. Not only would it not do Zhang Yuoquan any good if he absorbed all of it, but it may even be harmful. With strong spiritual power, Zhang Yuoquan temporarily sealed the light containing the memory and knowledge. He was set on taking some time to digest Qi Hong's knowledge once he managed to leave this medieval relic so he could search the messages in Qi Hong's memory. In the 7 days that followed, Zhang Yuoquan absorbed most of the half-saint's light. This enabled him to open the holy meridian of the Yang, which was the 4th holy meridian. This, in turn, helped him to break through to the 7th change in the Fish-Dragon realm. He had by now successfully opened the 4 holy meridians leading to all 4 of his limbs. The level of his cultivation increased by leaps and bounds. As Zhang Yuoquan sat cross-legged, he clearly felt the 4 holy meridians coming together and rushing toward the chi-si between his brows, propping up the chi-si like 4 pillars. Swoosh! The 4 holy meridians started running simultaneously and forming a powerful suction force. Within 3 breaths, the 4 holy meridians successfully absorbed the remnant of the half-saint's light in the auspicious vase. The energy took an entire day running in Zhang Yuoquan's body before it completely turned into his own holy chi. The 7th change in the Fish-Dragon realm is like a threshold. Once it has been broken through, the holy chi in the body will increase exponentially to more than 10 times that of the 6th change in the Fish-Dragon realm. Based on the strength of the holy chi in Zhang Yuoquan's body, he could change and maintain his appearance for up to 6 months without exhausting his holy chi. In other words, he did not have to worry about having his identity exposed due to shortage of holy chi. Furthermore, with the level of his cultivation elevated and with sufficient holy chi, Zhang Yuoquan was able to control the change of 36 forms accurately and perfectly. The 7th, 8th, and 9th change in the Fish-Dragon realm were thresholds for all Holy Road monks. The 7th change in the Fish-Dragon realm enabled the holy meridian to flow through the 4 limbs. Once holy chi flowed through to both arms and both legs, the monk's speed would increase greatly and he would be able to deploy holy chi with much more ease. Moreover, the holy chi would increase greatly upon breaking through to this realm. He would be able to deploy holy chi and fully utilize the power within his holy weapon. The holy chi in a monk who had reached the 6th change of the Fish-Dragon realm was sparse in comparison. It would be impossible to unleash the full power of his holy weapon. The 8th change in the Fish-Dragon realm was yet another threshold for a monk. The last holy meridian called Spirit Boosting Saint Being would open, and by then, all of the monk's holy chi would be gathered together to make a complete form. The monk's capability will once again increase by leaps and bounds. The ninth change in the fish dragon realm would enable one to practice and attain the glazed treasured body. Once the treasured body was attained, it would greatly benefit a regular monk. His life expectancy alone would be extended by 50 years. For saintly beings and monks with special physical qualities, the glazed treasured body was not significantly beneficial. Based on my current level of cultivation, I can now counter an attack from a first-level half-saint. A faint smile broke on Zhang Yuoquan's face. The half-saint realm was exceedingly mystifying. It was filled with boundless mysteries. Even among half-saints, there was a distinction between stronger and weaker half-saints. The gaps between them could be significant as well. Some accomplished first-level half-saints were much more powerful than the novices who had just broken through to the level. It was common knowledge that even saintly beings who had reached the half-saint realm could only transcend one or two realms to fight other half-saints. This showed that there was a significant difference in power between the strong and the weak. Zhang Yuoquan, with his current level of cultivation, would be able to fight a weaker first-level half-saint. However, he would have to run for his life if he came across an accomplished first-level half-saint. By refining Qi Hong's half-saint's light, Zhang Yuoquan was able to break through to the mid-stage of the seventh change in the fish dragon realm. At the same time, Zhang Yuoquan's spiritual power was elevated, reaching the peak of the 44th level. Before Zhang Yuoquan could rejoice over his achievement, a deafening sound came from the bank of the corpse river. Belligerent sound waves traveled into his ears. "We have finally found you, Saint Lady. Do you intend to continue hiding?" Qi Yun stood by the river and began mobilizing holy chi from all over his body, focusing it on the tips of his fingers. He pointed his fingers toward the center of the river where the skyrocketing boat was. Whiz! Ripples of holy chi diffused outward from his fingers into an area with a diameter of about 333 meters. A beam of sword chi as thick as a bowl shot out from the center of the holy chi. What Qi Yun performed was the sword ripple of 10 channels. Although it was merely a martial technique in the superior class of the spiritual stage, it was still terribly formidable coming from a half-saint. The sword wave formed an air column that pushed the waters in the corpse river left and right. Qi Yun was uncertain whether Saint Lady was actually hiding in the middle of the corpse river. He had merely felt the fluctuation of holy chi close to that area. This attack was really a test to pinpoint her whereabouts. Zhang Yuoquan was certain that the holy chi fluctuation from his breakthrough to the seventh change in the fish dragon realm had given them away. Their enemies had discovered their hiding place. Medium pulse breaking sword wave. Zhang Yuoquan stretched out his left arm to concentrate all the holy chi in his body onto his middle finger before he struck out with it. Roar! The two sword waves collided and the resulting power caused the water in the corpse river to form waves over 10 meters high. Sword ripple of 10 channels as well. Qi Yun frowned, clueless about how Saint Lady had managed to get a master to stay by her side. Just that one move had shown Qi Yun that Zhang Yuoquan could be on par with him. Could it be that the masters from the imperial court had arrived to rescue Saint Lady? There was no need to keep hiding since he had been discovered. Zhang Yuoquan stood up, with a wave of his arm. He put away the shooting star invisible cloak. Immediately, the blue skyrocketing boat in the middle of the corpse river was revealed. Saint Lady walked toward the boat's bow. Still carrying a fan in her hands, she appeared nonchalant. Stealing a glance at the riverbank, she said, "How dare you try to fight me, Qi Yun? It looks like the Kiz are attempting to revolt. When I get out of the deceased god cemetery, I will surely annihilate the entire Qi family." Qi Yun smiled coldly and said, "The Kiz have been an aristocratic family since the Middle Age, and its disciples are spread out over the eastern region. Even the Empress doesn't dare to touch us. Do you think you can destroy our clan with your word? You sure have guts." A smile crept onto Saint Lady's face as she said, "The Kiz are not that important in Her Majesty's eyes. Don't think too highly of yourselves." You! Qi Yun's eyes blazed with anger as he clenched his fists. Immediately, a holy chi light column shot out from the top of his head and condensed to form a holy chi cloud that dispersed the demon-sized chi that surrounded them. "Are you thinking of fighting me? I'm afraid you are not up to it yet. said Saint Lady. Blackie laughed and sent a sound transmission to Zhang Yuochen. This Saint Lady has lost all her efforts in cultivation, yet she is still so assertive. I can see that Qi Yun has been taken in by her words. Zhang Yuochen replied using sound transmission. Qi Yun is a half-saint. If he is deterred by what Saint Lady said, that would be good. Otherwise, a fierce battle may ensue. Right at this moment, a gigantic light ball came rolling toward them. The light ball, as big as a hill, was half white and half black. It emitted an overpowering aura. Wherever the light ball rolled, the tombstones fell, forming a huge gully where it passed. The hoarse voice of an old man was heard from the dual-colored light ball saying, "Your Excellency, Qi Yun is not fit to cross swords with you since he is still young. I wonder if I may have that honor instead?" The dual-colored light ball cracked open from its middle. It opened up and transformed into a 10-mile diameter Tai Chi mark that rotated slowly. An elder stood in the center of the Tai Chi mark. His hair and body were divided into half black and half white sections. Qi Qian Kun. Saint Lady spoke the elder's name out loud. Qi Yun's face lit up upon Qi Qian Kun's arrival. He breathed a sigh of relief. Zhang Yuochen's face became somber. Qi Qian Kun's name was well known throughout the eastern region. He was the headmaster of the Demon Seal Yard within the Yin and Yang sect and had lived for over 300 years. Reaching the sacred realm. Saint Lady would probably have been able to resist this big shot in her prime. However, Saint Lady had lost her cultivation. Her identity as a psychic sage may scare Qi Yun off but not Qi Qian Kun.